Eliminating Stress, Module 5, Thought, a 3 principles-based presentation. Copyright David Philip Kromka, 2024. Learning Objectives. Understand the role thought plays in producing our experience of life. Understand the transitory nature of thought. Understand how insight produces both quantitative and qualitative improvements in our thinking. Understand how our perceptions, emotions, and behavior vary in concert with various levels of inspiration and understanding. While consciousness provides the background, the playing field, or stage for life's experience, thought provides the form, the foreground, and frame by frame gives the experience of action. Consciousness is undifferentiated, constant, eternal, and extraordinary, so ordinary we fail to recognize it. In contrast, thoughts tend to be brief, fleeting, specific, and detailed. Because thoughts are so transitory, they capture our attention. Dwelling in consciousness is like sitting quietly outside on a pleasant day, watching some scenery. Thought is like a bird flying by. Our attention immediately goes to it. The many thoughts that pass by are like an endless stream of birds, moment by moment distracting us from our peaceful contemplation of the day. A similar experience occurs as we watch a movie. However, while a frame in a movie film may contain only forms, colors, position, and sound, a frame of thought produces a much more complete picture. Although many of us tend to regard thought as the words that run through our heads, thought has components that we generally overlook. As an analogy, let me talk about the components of light for a moment. We tend to think of light in terms of color, that's frequency, and brightness, which is amplitude. However, light has other components as well. It is both a particle and a wave. It also has momentum and both electric and magnetic fields. All of this makes up the package we call light. Every time light hits our eyes, all of these attributes hit in unison. In a similar manner, thought has many components bundled together. Included are perception via our senses and intellect, our emotions, and our behavior, both internal and external. With each thought comes the entire experience of a moment in life. For example, as we drive down the road, we're controlling the car with our external behavior. At the same time, we also have perceptions of the aroma from a barbecue we're passing, the color of the roadside flowers, the breeze on our face, and the music on the radio. Our intellect tells us that we enjoy the aroma, the colors, and the sounds. Our internal behavior alters as our mouth begins to salivate. All of these attributes occur at the same time and are present in each thought. We miss some of this due to our habit of focusing on a subset of the available input. We have countless numbers of thoughts available to us, but if they aren't brought to life by consciousness, they have no effect. The only thought that has any effect is the one that is currently being illuminated by consciousness. So it is the only thought with which we have to deal, if we have to deal with it at all, for we easily allow the vast majority of the thoughts we have each day to pass by. The natural flow of thoughts is to appear for a moment, have an effect, then move on, making room for the next thought. We wake up, brush our teeth, have breakfast, and the thoughts associated with each activity appear, then vanish, providing space for the next thought to appear. One thought follows another unless we cling to one of them. Almost all of us have fallen down, skinned our knees or elbows, and cried when we were kids, but we've left those thoughts behind and so are no longer affected by the memory. Many of us have had other troubling experiences and have tried to suck it up or be tough. However, doing battle with such memories just keeps them on our minds and tends to deepen the mistaken assumption that they are real. They are real thoughts, but that's different from reality. They're just phantoms passing through. If we contend with such memories, our spirits will drop, and we'll have a hard time finding our way free of them. If we just let them pass, blow them off, we'll be in better spirits and may find helpful answers, if any are needed. Now, life is not necessarily about being tough. Instead, being informed and understanding how we work helps a lot. We can treat a troubling thought as if it were a hot rock and just let it go. Even if more troubling thoughts show up, we can let them go as well and return to peace. They're just thoughts, and thoughts have only the reality we give to them. If we find we're troubled by some memory, it helps to recognize that it is only a thought. Let it go. In doing so, we return to peace, positive feelings, and an improved perspective from which we may discover some answers. Clinging to a thought takes effort. The thought is on its way through, and trying to hold it in place or drag it back can wear us out or take a serious toll on us if we do it long enough. The effort we make by clinging to a troubling thought is like throwing a lasso around the neck of a stampeding horse. We're going to get dragged and battered. Relief comes from letting go of the rope, not by trying to understand why the horse is on the run. We find peace without making any effort. Once we have let go and have recovered sufficiently, we may want to look around and see if we can find out what conditions caused the stampede, but we might not. With the relief provided by letting go, having nothing on our minds may give insights that chance to appear. On the other hand, we might want to just be grateful for having let go. If you find you're still bothered, have the humility to admit that you are and be at peace with your human frailty. Essentially, the experience of allowing thoughts to freely come and go without mentally latching on to them is the experience of meditation. Hence the Zen saying, "The wise shepherd controls his flock by placing them in an unfenced pasture." Sometimes we get locked in with our thoughts and our perspective has shrunk. Experiences of tension, stress, and so on are an indication that we're caught up in our thinking. Then things look more fixed and our feeling state drops and hardens. Let's look at some examples and see how thought affects us at various levels.